Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Texas does not stand alone. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. President Joe Biden has abandoned his duty to Texas and to the nation by allowing what is, for all intents and purposes, an open border. Democrats have even spoken out against this, though they won't stand with Texas because that would be a bridge too far for them. So the National Guard from Oklahoma, the governor of Oklahoma said on Newsmax, they're going to go in. Now, after he made this announcement, other states said, we're going to send our National Guard in. They are calling Biden's bluff. So my question to you is, does Biden want another civil conflict like what happened over slavery? You know, it strikes me that the first civil conflict we had in this country happened because Democrats wanted to keep the people who were picking their crops. And the second one might be started because Democrats want to keep the people who are picking their crops. I want you to watch the Oklahoma governor lay waste to Joe Biden and just put it out there. So let's go. Bring it on. I want you to watch it, and then I want you to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I really want your comments on this. I'm Carmine Sabia for Explain America. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.
Legal, by the way, to enter our country anywhere except these port points of entry. And the last time I flew to Mexico, by the way, guess what? I had to fly into a port of entry at an airport, and guess what? They checked my passport. Every country knows who's coming across into their borders, into their country. And it's just so common sense. I don't know what Biden's game plan is, but I hope American people are realizing what's happening right now. And we stand with Texas. That's what we're all saying. 25 governors have supported him, and we'll be sending more troops down there as soon as Governor Abbott requests that. And it's just mind-boggling.
Well, point blank. I mean, fact number one is this is about voting. They're trying to legalize these people to vote so they have a monopoly on elections for the next 50 years. And quite frankly, I'm glad people like you aren't going to let that happen. But listen to what John Kirby had to say about the National Guard.
Administration considering federalizing the Texas National Guard?
I talked about this the other day. I don't have any decisions with respect to that to speak to for the president. No, I don't have anything on that.
So, Governor, there's rumblings that Joe Biden should or may actually federalize the National Guard, take that power away from Greg Abbott. Let's say this showdown, that's what it is. It's a showdown. It's a showdown of power and loyalties and constitutionality. Let's say he does that. How many people say, no, you know what, screw you, Biden administration, and how many people stay and fight with Texas versus the federal things, and does that put us on course for a force-on-force conflict?
I mean, right now you've got the federal agents that are cutting the wire, and then you've got the Texas National Guard on orders to put up wire. I mean, this is a powder keg worth of tension. So it's it's a very weird situation. We certainly stand with Texas on their right to defend themselves, but Biden's going to be in a tough situation. So in other words, he's going to try to federalize these troops. In other words, put them on federal orders. And so now their allegiance technically goes to the president of the United States instead of the governor. And of course, I think a lot of Texans, these are still, they're still Texans that are weekend, they're in the National Guards. They do 1 week in a month or when they get called up on duties by the governor. And I think they would be in a difficult situation to protect their homeland or to follow what Biden's saying.
Literally open it.
Very interesting. But then, then you've got Oklahoma and Florida and Tennessee, and you got all these other states that would send our National Guard to help and to support the efforts of Governor Abbott. Because every state is a border state. You talked about fentanyl. The deaths in Oklahoma since I've taken office are up 500%. And we know that's coming across the southern border. And then you think about the terrorists. Again, I just don't know what their end game is here, and I hope American people really wake up to what's happening.
Well, Governor, obviously you're right to the north of Texas. What are you committing to Governor Greg Abbott? How are you helping him out? How are you guys getting involved in this one?
Well, I just talked to my general. It's called a TAG, so he's the head of my National Guard, to start to get the numbers and what type of volunteers we have. We also have 1,300 troops right now in Djibouti, Africa, and Kenya. They're going to be coming home. But we've already sent troops one time down to the southern border, and I actually personally went down there to view it myself and to be with our troops. And we're looking at doing that again in the not so distant future. So we'll be in contact with Governor Abbott and whatever he needs our support for.
Well, Governor Kevin Stitt, we appreciate you and the other 24 governors that are willing to put their money where their mouth is and actually enforce our laws. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. Coming up, our all-knowing commander-in-chief was in Wisconsin earlier today talking about, well,